And we are live, I think. Right, guys, please just give me a heads up if you can hear me and see me. I just wanted to check a few things out because remember the last live stream, the chat froze, so I just wanted to see if it keeps repeating this. So we've got a few in the house. It looks like Anomalies here, Les Grossman, Dr. Hugh Manial. Hello, brother. The Who's in the house. Unless it said it's good enough, right, guys? See you now. No, we'll just have a few minutes. I've just had one of those days. I thought, you know what, I'm going to cheer myself up, have a few chats. Anyone wants me to answer any questions or anything, I'll give him my honest opinion. But it's only going to be, I guess, probably. So we have David Bruce, Issa Morris, Truth is a Natural Law, Gareth Atkinson. Welcome to the stream. I'm just checking out, guys. There's 6 of us in. Oh, no, 30 now. It's jumped from 6 to 30. So everyone who's watching silently, I just wanted to check it out if it's still working. Last time we had problems. And then when I did a live stream with Ryder the other day, his chat froze. So I've just got to keep checking if this is freezing. So we have Joe Cool, Rebecca Mardis, Urban Farm, Info Robin. If I read that right, make a Medica guitar again. That's a good one. September 26th. Good Ship Lollipop. Cool name. And Gur. Welcome. So if anyone wants any questions, hopefully, because Gungus Khan's in the house, just pop them in the chat. I'll try and read them out before it freezes. Yeah, it's just an impromptu live, guys. I had one of those days. It's life, and I needed to cheer myself up. And while I was at it, I thought, you know what, I need to check if StreamYard keeps freezing because it's freezing a lot later. It freezed on us last time, didn't it, a month ago? And it freezed off for me and Ryder the other day, so I just want to keep checking it out. Is there a time period? My Welsh brothers in the house, Brian Evans, Scottish Tar. I'll read that as cake wise because I like it. It's cake. Crystal Vintage, Rhonda, Isa, JJ Organics, Eric Sims, and anyone else. I'll keep going. I don't want to scroll up. I just want to keep it going. Ing Van Case Blick. You caught me walking in the rain. Well, listen. Well, hopefully you have a safe journey while you're walking home and it isn't a rainstorm. I'm here, but Google screwing me count. It's doing that to a lot of people. People thinking I was blocking them last week, and it wasn't. It's just playing up with a lot of people. Ginger L. So come on, guys. Anyone want to know out about anything? Well, an opinion on something. I know what the flock is live. As you remember, JJ, last time we went live, it froze a chat, and it froze the other day for me and Ryder. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. It freezes at 1 hour and 40 minutes or something, but it's still a good chat. So go to his channel, check it out. We was just going over little bits and bobs. Chicky Rogue. So hopefully everyone's all right. Tommy Rogers too. G'day. That's as accent as you can get. Lionsgate approaching it. It was 11 yesterday as well, but yeah, I know what you mean. Tetramagrams. So, Troublemaker Jonah. I didn't read your name out, or that name changed. I don't know. Linda Cooper. Litrak. Oh, Litrek. Where did I see that name? I saw it somewhere in the film Litrek. It rings a bell. So we'll have a little chat and a laugh. You ask any questions, and I'll see what I can do. No taking clothes off, though. You know what I mean? There's a limit. There's a limit. I'm not on only jams. So what did people think of my last video? I did a short on that. It's not done too bad in the sense of I wanted to do shorts. A lot of people have been Gene Sexton, M8, LN, J1S. There might mean something. I'm just so tired today. So Starlight. Yeah, so I did a short video on an old video because people just wanted to know, you know what, Paul, can you do a video that's not 2.5 hours? And I thought, you know what, the shorts, and I've Carla Webster's in the house. I find it very, very hard to break something down so short because a lot of people don't have the time to watch a long video. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put a couple of, maybe one key point in short videos and see how, you know, if that can entice people to come and watch the longer videos. So I did a video the other day and I put it on me Twitter. And if you ever want to go on Twitter, if anyone's on Twitter, please just look up What the Flock TV, and Instagram the same name. And people, like I said, people were just asking for short videos, you know, and to send people, you know what I mean, to, you know what, here's some videos. Because sometimes when you send in people videos and it's on topics and the video's like 2.5 hours or an hour and a half, people might not feel enticed to, you know, look, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. What's my, so here's a question. I'll come back to my thing in a minute. Digestible chunks. So make America guitar again. What the Flock TV, happy to see you. Good to see you as well. You've explored the past. I think you've found the right level of analysis in Janus, and it feels like end times. What's your theory on everything? Just a little questioner. The end. Just what? Oh, me bro's in the house, Mr. Director. Yeah, what I was thinking, what I found the other day, and I find it intriguing. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. I have just things everywhere open. And I was looking, because I always want to progress my Janus research, and it's loading up, but I remember I found an epithet of Janus, and it's called Papa Anon, Papa Anon. I'm like, why that's got the Anon that people do talk about, and I'm just feeling it's wow. So he's even connected to that. I know there's not much on it. He doesn't say it's reliable, but it's just on an old website. So there's things to look at. Harmony Foster. Yeah, so what's my thoughts? So you didn't say specific video, but you used on it in general. Sometimes it's hard to say, see, he's blaming me for everything. So do I believe life's ending? I don't, but I just feel like it. I won't, you know, like I said, we all have bad days and minds today. But you just have, it's faith in it. Do you believe life's going to end in a certain way? I believe we're programmed to believe that. And it's very hard to stay positive. It really is. Life's hard. I don't know where you're from. I know you might have said it before, but you know what I mean? Life is very hard at the moment. Cost of living, food, bills. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to not be in a slave job. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those things. So do we believe it's ending? I don't. I believe I believe in cycles, but whether that's been programmed into me. Some say obviously there's a beginning and an end, but if it's a circle of life, you know, I mean, how is that possible? It's a very hard question. So a bit more specific, like at what point do you think, or do you think life in general, do you think we're going to end? Maybe it's an era. Eras, you know, change and end. Maybe that. I know it's not really much of a question, but you know, if you're a bit more specific on it, like, do you think life will end? What do people in the chat think it's all going to end? I know it's hard. I know we're programmed to believe that, but have so much faith in humanity and people. I don't know why, if I should have, but I see the beauty and I see the goodness in a lot of people and in life. And sometimes we can ruin it ourselves. You know what I mean? And in itself, if this realm is all about spelling and manifestation, if we all believe it's going to end, are we bringing that forward ourselves? I know it's feeling a bit weird lately. A lot of people are not sleeping right. So we've got Trish Brady's, Chicky Rock said, Fish and Bandits, good to see you, brother. J.R. Colgan. We've got Raised by Giants, obviously. Screen name 229. Indigo Susie. Rebecca's in the house. Unity calling. So if anyone's got any questions, please just put them in the chat. Mindful exposure. Trish Brady, obviously, is it Brian Adams? There is some graphene called Janus. Yeah, nanotech. I've briefly gone on that in old videos. Just JP. Joe Cool said that was a good short video. Yeah, so back to that. If anyone's any questions, just put them in the chat. I'm just scrolling down. I don't want to freeze. It looks like it's still moving. Elkhorn. Yeah, so the idea of these short videos that I'm going to do, I have done previous shorts, but they've still been about 15 minutes. Linus of Gear. And I wanted to highlight my channel, but it's hard when you've got so many points. Like I said, I've made so many videos, and I've gone back into the videos for last week, and I forgot I did them points. I mean, about the Oculus and the world belonging to us. There's loads of videos. I've done one on the mud flood when I broke down the word to mean cleanse. You know, mud flood itself, and it's some of these points are not getting out because how do you remember them in a video when it's so long and so many points? Oh, I've just have to blow my ears. Dr. Emmanuel, you're making my work for me. Timestamp your videos. I think it does that, or it used to, didn't it? It used to highlight certain points in the video. But yeah, that would be a good idea to do it as well. It's just, I find it so hard because I don't have so much free time. I'm like videos, and I don't like to keep going on about this, but I'm answering your point. When you get like 5 minutes here, a minute there, I just have to remember where I am, and I have to keep watching the video back. And then when you put all things together, it's like, where does it end? What is our boot base reality? That is something I've I'm thinking on a lot. Makes America great again. Now, see, as soon as we think of simulation, we automatically think of computers. And Truman Show, would it be possible on a grand scale? I suppose anything is possible, really, but how many would it be? I don't believe. See, one day I think, yes, it's simulation. It's got to be like if I'm thinking something in my head and that person rings me within a second, or you guys make sorry, make a point, and I'm like, I've just been thinking about that. How many of us have had the same thoughts, same dreams? What can that be put down to? Is that voice skull technology? Is it something else that's been used? Is it Wi-Fi? You know, for instance, if you leave your Wi-Fi at night, are you connecting to the Wi-Fi? Because like I said, I've just got a new speed internet here. It's a lot quicker, and they said I had to leave it connected because it was connected to a phone line. And I had some trippy dreams last week, and I thought, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm turning it off, even in the phone line. And someone needs me in an emergency. I couldn't do it. I felt wrong. You know what I mean? Because I've never had I've always turned it off at night since I've had the internet, and because I've got a faster speed, really good speeds, and I can get the uploads quicker. And I had to leave it on for the phone line. I was dreaming weird. So there's a lot of things that we can talk about. Realm of 11. We have people's normal mate. I was actually, my next video I was looking to do something on the Matrix. See, again, someone's asking them questions, like the film as well. I wanted to look at the ship names and then look at the etymology of Matrix. Obviously, I briefly started to look at about, and obviously it means woman, basically, in the end, and the womb. But if you think about it, and this is not to pull at anyone, look at the name that they chose for Mother Earth. Gaia has AI in it. Sophia has AI in it. It's like we're programmed, and if they're pushing transhumanism, is that to get us connected more to the system? Who knows? But yeah, it's something I'm looking at. I mean, you've only got to look at, like I said, some people are talking about certain programs, Marvel programs, but they do show a lot in these, and it's technology also. I mean, you've got to think what is happening in this reality, because there's so much trippy stuff. Think about it, guys. Be honest now. 2-3 years ago, half this wasn't happening. Mama Burness, no moderators in the chat. No, what happened? People were getting blocked, and people were going back in past chats, going to live stream, reply, and blocking people, and not informing me. You know what I mean? So I asked people, could they own up to it, and everyone would have said moderators, and just but a lot of secrecy was going on, and undermining of me, the respect for me, because I hold people moderators a lot, because it's an honor to have people to moderate for me. But when people are blocking people without telling me, I had like 90 odd people blocked, and as people confer witness, I never block anyone. I always, I'm polite to them. I say, if you respect the chat, respect the people, you can have an opinion, and it can be a different opinion than what everyone goes on against. So that's what happened. So unfortunately, no moderators at the minute. I don't know if I want to get it back or not. I don't know. To be honest, it hurt me a lot, because they didn't feel the need to contact me. I know it's hard to contact me, because I'm not on everything, but you could have left a message, and emailed or something like that. But nothing happened like that. So anyone, questions, just bang them in. I'll try and see them. I do try and believe in free speech, but as we know, a lot of trolls like to use, well, this is not free speech. There's free speech, and then there's respecting people in the chat. I'm not here to have slanging matches with people, or I don't want people in the chat to have slanging matches with each other. You know what I mean? We don't get on with everyone. That's life. So come here, leave your troubles at the door. Learn me something from your comments. I'll learn something, and hopefully you learn something from me. A dream within a dream. I did an old video, so if anyone wants to watch my old videos, if you want to go to Odyssey, it's a Black Sheep Researcher, and I did a video on what's it called? A TV series, but I had robots in it, and they thought they were alive, and the robots were Westworld. I did a video on the first series of that. I found a lot of good things in that. And maybe I need to finish it off. I know it's finished now, but to do a second series or anything like that. But it just gets you, and my mind doesn't stop racing. Some of the comments people make are brilliant. It really does it. And Ginger, yeah, I just felt, why you come in? I'm approachable. I know I'm hard, but I'm easily approachable, and people, were blocking people, and then, not owning up to it. We're adults, you know what I mean? And I don't want anyone blocking anyone for beefs on other channels. That's not my channel. Do you know what I mean? What people do on their own channel is it's up to them. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, if anyone's not watched, it's a mind trip. I'm enjoying it. I have to get it right. From, has anyone watched From in the chat? I just told Ryder to watch it. It's really good. I really enjoyed that. Maybe when that's finished, the second season, I might do something on that because it really is a trippy type of program, that. And I want to start doing, like I said, I was trying to save up money for the computer because Ryder tells me a man's breaking down old. No, it is an old one. And I wanted to get a new computer so I can do more lives, more interviews with people, because it really is knackered. But like I said, I've had life and that's gone now. So I'm worrying about something else, and I'm just going to keep cracking on for what I do. Yeah. Carla said my son's been telling me to watch it. It really is good. What can I say? Basically, the idea of the show is people arrive in this town and they can't get back out. They just loop and they come back round, and there's like weird monsters that hunt at night. So everyone's got to be locked in the daytime. It feels like a horror type of Truman Show. Do you know what I mean? Which I found intriguing because this world does feel like a horror at times. So people just run questions in, guys. I'll try and answer them if I can see them. Keep the chat moving so I know it's working. So even say anything. So yeah, I'm gonna make more short videos, and I'm just gonna go whatever gets in my head. I don't think anything scares me. I'll tell you about, and this might sound corny and weird to people, but you know what scares me? The community. Because I think it's a one big con. If that makes sense. I don't mean a lot of people in it, a lot of people in my chat, and when I go are lovely people who you would generally like to meet in a dark alley. You know what I mean? Nice people. But I think the community as a whole is a trap and a con. You know what I mean? And I like to laugh at anything. I have a sick sense of humor. I'm the kind of person, and I've done this. I go to funerals and I fart on the church bench, make everyone laugh. Do you know what I mean? I try and see positives even in the darkest. That's just who I am. I've always been that way. I don't take life too serious. I do have my moments because I'm human. Humor's gone out of the community, big style. The ego, and we all have egos. I've got one, but and there's bad ego. I reckon there is good ego because we have to drive ourselves. We have to push ourselves forward, making content. Sometimes it's hard, like adrenochrome, anything we do with children, that's hard. But we need to be unified, but not unity, because sometimes if you're in unity, you're easily more controlled. Do you know what I mean? So we still have to have our independence, but we need to be in the sake of, if it really is us versus them, why we keep fighting ourselves? Why do we promote? Why do people, for instance, and this is no dig at anyone, so don't take it personally. If you take it personally, anyone, it means, it's snowing. You know what I mean? So, but for instance, if you believe in a good book, the Bible or anything, I'm getting a lot of heat off people who supposedly read the Bible, yet are trolling and cursing. I don't get it. You know what I mean? If you believe in something to be good, why are you attacking? I was always taught, whatever you preach, you live how you preach. If you want to be a good person, you believe in this, show it. You don't need to attack anyone and be evil with it. So we all have a good side and a bad side. I just want people to have a good time. Why can't we have a good time and a laugh while we're learning? Roberto's in the house. You know what I mean? And people see, well, we have a camp of people, the Bible man-made, which obviously is because man wrote it. But I have no qualms with people reading it and having faith in it. If you think about it, it says you've got to read the Bible with prayer, which prayer, manifestation, thinking, but also praying, speaking out, cymatics. It could be in the case of, you are saying a prayer, which is changing the format of the book, changing the spell. That's why people pray over food, because positive cymatics leaves a sigil on the food, and that's why it should taste better. So if you're any lousy cookers out there, cooking people out there, some chefs, say some positive things to your food, it might taste a bit nicer. But it's too much. And again, I'm not attacking anyone. This is just my opinion. But it's too many following channels. What their word is gold and sanctity. It's not. We just have London McLovin. We just have an opinion. We just have a voice, which may be a little bit louder than some, because also it goes off the view. So if people are watching me, see me act, see me say certain things, might take on board, you know what, Paul's doing it, and it might be okay for me to do it. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, life is like that. Some people do follow by example. And that's why I've always said it. I believe we have a duty of care, because some people are not strong-minded. So if I say go out and attack these people might go out and attack these people. So it's going against what we actually believe in. I'm not wanting people to go around witching, love is, and all this stuff, but respect. You've got to respect yourself before you respect other people. So yeah, I'm just going to work on a few things. Like I said, I used to, when I first started the early days, that I was like, oh, what topics next? I need something big for the people, and I was forcing it, and I just came to the conclusion: let the topic come to me. Let one of you guys inspire me. It's no weather for thongs. I know. Do you want to see me thong? I'm only joking. I don't wear one. I go commando, or do I? But yeah, I do go to the gym, so I'm losing a bit of weight. So it's when I get time. So yeah, we like I said, we have a duty of care, and yeah, should we have to have a duty of care? No, but we're in a community. We're up, because sometimes I'm sat here, some people will take it to heart, and we should first of all have a laugh, have humour, get a smile, learn some shit, as I say, and take it on. Whoa, I didn't think of that, and you go away, and then you go and find something and make a comment, because I always learn. Look at that. Why did you have to tell him? Why did you have to tell him? There we go. See, I've got pants on. All right, mate. You didn't see it, did you? People like, no. Yeah, well, happy feet get cold. I like your approach. You can not agree on everything and enjoy your humour. That, to me, is the perfect person I want to follow. I don't even like the word follow. Take time out of your day, whatever, to watch the channel. Because we're not followers, we're friends, we're family, we're kin. You know what I mean? And you guys, I don't want everyone to agree with me, because then I'm not bringing anything to the game, am I? I want you guys to keep me on my toes, but there's a mutual respect there. Do you know what I mean? What Flock TV? You personally experience anything supernatural? Yes. And if what it is I used to live all around the world, guys. My dad was in the army. Can't go into detail what he did, because it was that. That's how I've got some of my logical mind. And So I lived all around the world. I was born in Gibraltar on the rock, on the Pillars of Hercules. So there's the 11s on a Janus ritual day. It was actually Janus ritual day, and so I've moved everywhere. And one of the places we moved to was Germany. I think I was there when about 7 to 9 or 7 to 10, something like that. Good 2-3 years, because you used to have 2-3 years in each location. And I had chicken pox, got it off my brother, and I had it that bad where you have it everywhere. I think I've even still got some of the scars on my fingers, as you can see. I even got the scars on my fingers still. I had them everywhere. So I wasn't at school, obviously. And what was that stuff now? Was it chamomile lotion or something like that? That's what my mum was putting all over me. So I'm sat there in my bunk beds because my brother was on. Was that? Yeah, my brother was on top, and I'm just sat there playing with this weird not doll or something, but it was not like an action man. I can't remember what it was, but it had jingly hands on it, and I'm playing with that, and a guy walks in and sits down at the bottom of my bunk like that, leaning forward. I'm like, I said, what are you wearing? And he laughed. And I'm talking to him for a good 20 minutes. So I'm leaning up then in my bed, like thinking, why has my mum let some random dude into the house? But I thought, you know what, my mum's let him in. So he must be a doctor or someone she knows, to keep me going. So I'm there lying in bed, like, why are you sitting at the bottom of the bed type of thing? We're just talking, laughing and joking. He's making me laugh. And I smelled like flowers. And he says, you'll get better soon, Paul. It won't get any more serious because it was really bad. Where you have them everywhere. He goes, you'll be okay, Paul. I'm going to watch out for you, and I'll see you soon. And he walks off, and I'm like that because where my bunk beds was, the door was at the side of it because it was in a flat. And I just went like that, and I walked down the corridors, the hall as far as it can go. And then I shouted to my mum, and I said to my mum, why did you let that, mess him up? Because when you like that, I said, Mum, why did you let him in? And she was smelling the flowers. She said, what do you mean let him in? I said, I just had a conversation with a guy in a weird robe, and she went white. And I later found out he was Padre Pio. Now, to this day, when I say his name, I get chills down my neck. And how do you account for that? So is that count as supernatural for you? You know what I mean? Having a conversation. And, years later when we're older, I always bring that back to my mum. She said she used to have conversations with dead people too, in the sense of like full body. It's not, you can't put your hand through them, not clear, nothing. I just want to know what that is. Do you know what I mean? That is, and I do get weird things from every now and again where I know what's going to happen a lot. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've said it previously. I used to, I was reading things like that. And one of the weird other stories is that and like I said, I'm honest with you guys. So when I was thinking 18 and 19, I used to be able to predict football scores, and I made a lot of money off it. And I just knew the scores going in, and one spell the bookmakers wouldn't let me into the places because I was that accurate. And I mean, there were big bets. Not I was putting on, but winning a lot of money. And a woman came up to me one day and she stopped me. She grabbed my arm and she said, Paul, if you carry on, you're going to lose the gift. Now, people can think what they want. I'm lying. It's cool. This is not for you. This is just my story, my life. And I lost it. And then, I stopped. I said, I'm a lot older now. And I've children since. And it came back because I don't, and people are just intuitive. I've then gone on to make videos about how memories are stored and if everything is recorded. Sometimes we can access those memories before it's happened, like deja vu. You know what I mean? So those are sort of things, And people always, like for instance, I've had message this week saying I'm amazing, I'm evil because I've done a video on Lucifer. These people are the trolls, and these are people that we don't need in the community because it's making it like my old gesture, my old comment of if you're swimming in a river or a pond of turds, you're going to end up smelling and eating and talking like a turd. Do you know what I mean? So when you like that quote from I used in the video the other about Lucifer and lamps of the body, the eyes are the lamps of the body. If they see enough shit and evil and stuff, sometimes it makes them go dark. So there's a lot of things in this life that we're not privy to or know what's going on. Are we in a loop to keep doing this? All I know is I'm human, I think. I'm honest. And I'll tell you when I'm honest. If I've done it wrong, I'll tell people, even if it's no good for me. How many times have I said I've owned me up? I've bit people's head off because I've took it because text speak. I ain't perfect, but what you see is what you get, and I'm not hiding anything. I'm what I am. Follically challenged. Experimental, elemental. I'm just reading any. It's funny that there's deja vu and jammy view and all sorts. But yeah, I don't make shit up. I will. Maybe some people, that's a stretch. Well, anything's a stretch. When you're putting A to B, you got to move it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes people can't get their head around it. From when I make a video, for instance, I do a topic and it's on something. When I'm researching it, I'll have a baseline knowledge in my head of what inspired me to go down that road. Then I will look deeper into it. And if I see something saying A, I will put it in the video, right? It said it's A. But if it says it's a lie and that's just a perspective, I will say in the video, you guys have seen it. So it's one of those things. Whatever I find and when I'm doing my content, I will put it in the video, even if it's a different opinion or going against that opinion, because I like to give you guys options. I'm not a bloody fortune teller. I don't know when the world's going to end. I don't want it to end. I love life, even though it's as bad as it is at the minute. I love life. I like seeing your names in the chat, putting a smile on my face, seeing people who's had me back from the beginning, and some people obviously should come in not long ago. We're all getting YouTubed. We just need a bit of common sense in the sense of, oh, you're banning me, banning me. But yet the commenting, it's like, come on, think. I asked that. CW said, is there a ghost in the machine? Now, if I go to X, one of my posts, come on, Paul, say I'm impromptu. Where did I put it? It's not far off because I do post a bit more stuff in it. But I was asking that question today. I said, are we the ghosts in the machine? I just want to know what I actually put so I can say. I didn't realize I put so much. I don't have to go on. There we go. So if people, I'll read it out, but you can just see I mentioned Ghost in the Machine at the top. That's on Twitter. So I basically say, are we ghosts in the machine? The term meant originally the concepts of mind existing alongside and separate to the body. And could we be in a simulation and our minds can't be tamed by the system? Ergo, we're the ghosts in the machine. You know, an anomaly. Are we anomalies? So, you know, don't make me laugh, Doctor Who. When I say Doctor Who, I always Doctor Who. So, yeah, I've asked those questions myself all the time. Are we ghosts in the machine? Think about it. If I think that's cool, though, the Mandalorian effect. If the world is a stage, Are we the actors? Are we the extras? Or are we the people in the audience? Are we the directors? Are we the producers? Are we the writers? Are we the pens? There's so many analogies that we can go at. But why I heavily look into Janus is it's a fact that, because we're talking about doors, and doors are a progression in and out, A to B. It's your life as well as we're moving from one relationship to another. All the analogies you can make about transitioning, from one to the next. And that's why I look into the doors quite a lot, because we forget that on a door, there's the knob, the hinges, the threshold. The threshold is important. Knowledge itself derives from the door. Ledge is from the door, the etymology of it. So you can see why I research that topic. And sometimes, yes, I am like saying, wow, why do we keep going? It feels like I'm going over it again. Do you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's think about it. If we use just something so basic as a door analogy, it can go a lot for anything. You know what I mean? Do we catch people peering through doors? Are they trying to break down our doors? Do you know what I mean? Just frequency, like Blended Roots is talking about, is frequency changing the pattern of the doors, the flow. There's so much, and that's why I researched the topic, because I've come a long way. For anyone that's been with me since the Black Sheep research days will know I've come so far. And the reason I research it is because I just see the significance of it. See, why is it when I started off, there was hardly anything on it? Is that the system giving me the information? Or is it I just didn't see it because I didn't have the eyes? Do you know what I mean? So when we resonate with each other, we're not unifying, but I like to use analogies a lot. It's like having a CB radio or a ham radio, in frequency. So if I'm on like 22 whatever, or 11 for people, and I'm on there, that means you've received my signal, and you know where to find me, basically, and you can hear and think like me. That's what happens. You don't have to be alike, you just have to be on the same wavelength. Again, you're surfing, you could be surfing, you're sailing your vessel, you're sailing your vessel, which is your meat suit, on that. And then obviously you got your vessel will have a force field, which it does a torus field, and you, like Litrex talk about, amplifying. That's why I talked about the toroidal field, because it amplifies the signal. How many times have you done videos, or if you do videos, how many times have you guys had a thought and I've made a video the next day on it? Whose is that thought, or is that a shared frequency? You can see my point. So, like I said, just bang the questions and I'll get to as many as I can. And Gainer, welcome, Canadummy. But we can make it into anything. And sometimes we all have to take the weight. It's like a minute I've got so much going on in my life, I do feel the urge to just call it a day. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. You know what I mean? And I'm like that. Now, I'm not like saying, oh, life's just hard. And even people in the chat have it harder. So when we all have it hard, we need respite. You want to go somewhere where you can just have a laugh, and the people in the chat won't prejudice or show you in disrespect, even the whatever you come up with. So we need places like that. And that is not, I know some people said, oh, you can be in the echo chamber. Sometimes being in an echo chamber with like-minded, not the same mind, is soothing, because sound can heal. That's what I mean. We're killing ourselves in the sense of, we can't be too loving because people don't want that. We can't be in an echo chamber because people say echo chamber is so bad. How about we throw the fucking rule book, pardon me swearing, out the book and just wing it? Have I in I mean, I don't mean on everything in life. Like, right, I'm walking out on my job today because Paul said wing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like that in a sense. We just have to enjoy it more because it's hard. Life is fucking hard. And I mean, like I've said to people in private, you can see why the cabal are trying to cull the population, because some people are just dumb as a bag of spanners. And that's not being in a bad way. Sometimes we can have people all awake, but I know some people who you call normies, and they're the nicest people you will ever meet. Now, if I'm talking to these people and they say space, do I go into a screaming contest? There's no such thing as. What does that show but how ignorant you are? Do you know what I mean? If you get triggered, like I said, I've talked about space in videos and I had trolls. You said the word space, that's me. I'm not watching no more. I'm like, get a fucking grip. You know what I mean? And this is what we're so triggered individuals because they follow certain channels. And you see them all using all these channels, what they say in words, and we're like, we know who you follow, don't you? Just love it. You know what I mean? That's what we're in. I always say to people, and people always they want to go together, don't they? Because that's what humans do in a whole. They want to form groups of like-minded individuals, but you need an anchor sometimes in the normal. What is classed as normal? We have to. I have a lot of normal friends, but they are respectful. They know how I think. I've never changed. I was like this when I dropped out my mother. Well, pushed my hand through. She was in a coma. She never lets that down. So for two and a half weeks, 3 weeks, I think it was, she never saw me. So that is what we have to do. You know what I mean? There's no point getting triggered over words and this. Just people. People who see me when I go to the gym, I have a queue of people asking me questions, opinions, because I don't shove it in their faces. I like people to find their own way. And they ask me, "Oh, what about this?" I said, "Well, there we go. There's a video you can watch or the news or something." And all these people now are like, you could call them like fledgling people looking into things, and they're older, so you can show old dog new tricks. Again, we're told what we can't do. That's why I say to people, don't take the red pill, don't take the blue pill, don't take the narrow path. Take which way you want to go. Don't let anyone. You can get an opinion and advice, but do what that says. Some people do find it, Gareth, and this is, like I said, it's no slight on you, but I like talking to normals because I don't want to be in the zone of where everything is what we talk about 24/7. I need to detach myself because I feel everything. So I need to detach myself a little bit, talk to people, ask them how the days are. For instance, like at that Tory, I've always told, if I didn't want to not, you know what I mean? I talked to one fella, made his day, and he didn't commit suicide, and that stays with me. So if it's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard, but it does help in with the mind. So, any questions? Just ask them away. The chat's still working, so I'll stay for a bit longer. Melissa T. Do you know what I mean? I just find it, because what I found is, and this, like I said, I don't know you personally, I only know you from the chat when I saw you, but I see a lot of people, and this was a video I was going to do, but it's just finding time about mental health in the community, because I believe it's not very good. You know, because think about it, we're under attack in a words. I don't like using me, you know, attack that word, but you know, we feel the pressure, we see a lot of things, and it's like me, I'm light sensitive and sound sensitive, and you feel a lot of things are on you, but that doesn't stop me from doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? We have to, and that's why we have to mix with what we call the normal people, because that keeps you in. Like I said, it's just my opinion. I've always found with the mental health, if you're thinking the world's going to end or a conspiracy or it says 24/7, it ain't good for you. You need to find something that you can detach yourself for an hour a day, whether it's talking to brain dead people about the garden or whatever, playing a game, doing a crossword, anything. Because once you're in that zone all the time, you'll be doing a crossword and you'll see a conspiracy or something. You're like, no way. It's happened to us all. So we need to find something, you know, that takes you away a little bit, you know, in your own bubble. Mario Fernandez, real simple Earth Jada. You know what I mean? So we all have to find that thing. And it's just funny that my thing is making videos on that topic, because when I'm working and editing, I'm not thinking. You know what I mean? I just see patterns and it'll be on topics. You know what I mean? So we see these patterns, and that's taking my mind off it. I know it sounds Irish and contradictory a little bit, but it does. Going to gym helps me. I don't have enough time to run. I used to love running all the time, sticking my wired earphones in and going for a good long run. I enjoyed that because you have to switch off. Big M Organ says, do you consider Janus equivalent to Uranus? He is Uranus. That's not what my personal opinion, but what evidence I've collected and shown in all videos. That is one of his names. And that's in an old video, really old ones. You know what I mean? And Janus is connected to Aquarius, which, strangely enough, I know it's a water, not the water, like a water bearer, if you remember, but he's a man in the olden days. And that is part of the celestial sphinx, what the Egyptians believed in. And it seems funny that the 4 heads that this had, like Janus is equivalent of 4 heads too. So it was the Taurus, the bull, Leo the lion, the eagle, Ophiuchus. So people think Ophiuchus was a serpent man holding a serpent bird, but the original one was an eagle, and Aquarius. So there's where you're 4, and that's the Egyptian sphinx. It's called Hu of creation. It just seems funny that that ties in with a lot of Janus' stuff. And like I said, if people don't even believe what I'm saying in the video, don't. We're here not to, you're not here to agree with me. You're just here because you like some of the things that you see and hear. And hopefully some of the things I do say trigger you into looking at some topics. We don't want people to come in and, oh, everything you say is so, it's not. I'm flawed, I'm wrong, but it's just an opinion. There's no right or wrong. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with a big fart. It's like, for instance, people arguing with me a couple of weeks back saying, because some, you know, I must give off an impression that I don't know what I'm on about, which I don't, but, you know, you know what I mean? People are saying, oh, the pole star has never moved. And according to history and science, it moves every so many thousand years. And the thing, the flat earth, and I said, I've been in the community before some of these people were expecting the daddy's thingies, because I like looking at topics. I like looking and delving and looking at things different. That's how I could become a creator on YouTube. I got victimized. I got told I was the devil. I was told that I was the black sheep.
And that's how I came what I was. So if you think about it, if the North Star does move, what does that mean? It just means it moves. Do you know what I mean? And that could have ramifications to a lot, but it's going to move again in a couple of thousand years. Is that a lie? It's just information. Everything is information. Sometimes people are asking me, is Janus good or bad? Are we good and bad? We are. We're capable of anything. Some people say we are gods. Is there a, it's all up to you. Do you think creators are beyond good and evil? You know what I mean? I don't know. But all I know is that what the evidence shows me is just how significant Janus is. Now, remember, the old adage, if you hold a wand, whatever you cast, does that make the wand evil? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Is it the wand or is it the person waving the wand? You know what I mean? So, so that's what we'll do. So if anyone like just comes any more questions, though, I'll answer what I can. Like I said, it's just an opinion. Just wanted to cheer myself up, see some friendly faces tonight, and check if this StreamYard was working. Dragon Sage. He's raised by giants causing problems. My cupboard door, no, it never closes. I should pull everything out and refold it, but I don't get enough time. I just throw it in. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Like I said at the beginning, I'm going to do some more short videos to try and get one big point because I covered so many else. I mean, I'm not going to go into all these data, but for instance, we're just going on to my video channel and just look. I do spell etymology videos. I do a thing that I need to do. I need to do another Beyond the Neon. Beyond the Neon series was looking at cities and seeing what I could find. I've done Las Vegas. I've done about star forts, liquefaction protection. I've done about obviously Janus, videos on Lemuria, curses, medieval monsters, Tempest Fuji. I want to revisit that soon again because that just blew me away. If anyone wonder what Tempest Fuji means, it means times flies. And in etymology, in Masonic terms, that used to be the symbol before the compass and square. It was an hourglass with wings, and that's why you see it a lot on gravestones of Masonic people. But I was talking and theorizing that's what this reality is. Basically, we're all in different layers, and it keeps getting filled up and going through. When we get to that point in an hourglass where the sand goes and drops down, is that the reset portion of life? So I've done loads of videos on that. Etymologies. I did the Dendera. I did a video on the Eye of Sahara. I've done about sculptures. I've done the Great Vowel Shift. Star thoughts above, so below, where I show, and this is what always intrigues me, a show from books. Again, those are opinions, but it's still something intriguing. Janus taught humans how to wall cities. Wall cities, star forts. Janus taught humans to do that. Why is no Tartarian channels talking about this? Again, these are questions. Why not? I've done loads. Are we another brick in the wall? That's what I asked. The connection video when I was talking about did we have a tail? There's so many videos. Dancing Plague, the Genoa Conundrum. I've done about graves and marble. The etymology of marble mean petrified, spiritually dead. How some of these statues look so lifelike they cannot be carved. Yet the etymology shows that they're petrified, spiritually dead. Huh. So all these videos I've done on circuit boards, I've done on doorway effect, bicameral mind, I've done so much, even on this newer channel, that people just don't have time to check out any show because it show a different perspective. So I'm just looking for any questions. I'll give it some shouts outs until I see one. Not really here. Tree Dude, Rebecca Mardis, September 26th. Mindful Exposure. Doctor Who, Maniel, September the 26th. Raised by Giants, Friday Lee. Please check his channel out. People want me to give their channel a shout out. Please just mention. I've got London Loving in the house. Mindful Exposures. Anyone else who wants a channel shout out? I know it's a shame that you can't put your links in, but people didn't want to just say, Paul, it was me, and let's move on. But it is. We've got JJ got Organics. You have Joe Cool. And that's just the brilliant thing about what we talk about in Janus, the aspect of being two-faced. You know, it's just an interesting, and it's like I said, it's a topic keeps on giving. When you find other names for him, queerness, you know, oh, what was his other one now? Consivius. There's so many names that he went by, even in Rome times. And I even saw some evidence the other day that Janus' son was Asclepius. And we know who Asclepius is. Again, these are just people's opinion. Noble Truth, welcome. Note Machinist Dave. I have a question. Come on then, it's a Morris. Put it in the chat. Well, I'll see if I can spot it. And thank you to the 100 odd people that joined me today for this impromptu live. I just really wanted to cheer myself up and check if it was working, because the last time we talked, it froze and I couldn't see the chat. It's nothing without the chat. Again, people on other channels don't recognize the fact that how important you guys are, especially on a live. Wallflowers UK, check her channel out. Do you think it's possible that prophecies and elevation I can't say happened already, perhaps around? To be honest, I think these things can happen whenever you want them to. I mean, and this is not on you, but if you read certain chapters, you can perceive it to be anything that you want to. Because I've read certain Bible verses, sent them to Ryder and other people, and they see something I've not seen, or they didn't see it, because it's all based on your perspective, your lamps, what influenced your life, how you look at things, your perspective is so unique. That's what people are trying to stop. Jenny Spark, did you see David and I were on Crow? I didn't. I don't watch the channel because it's on paywall things. If you're on about Crow 77, anyone that's got like a paywall like that, I don't watch, because I believe, I believe it should be all free. If people want to donate, cool, that's good by me. But we're restricting people based on monetary, and if you've got good information, surely you want everyone to see this good information. What if this is simulation and we're wasting all our time trying to figure things out instead of just enjoying the amazing? That's what I've been talking about with a lot of people, even Ryder, because like I said in my old video, the Great Vowel Shift, and again, this is Gnostic belief, and some people don't like Gnostic and people freak out. It's just information. I treat everything as information. I'll check out your one then. Just put a comment in this, Jenny. Put it in this, the link. Link should work, and then people can then check it out for themselves also. And I'll pin it. So that's the possibility of anything, because like I've said to people, do we think too much? Do we not live in the now? Because I remember talking to my daughter, and I said to my daughter, you do know tomorrow never comes? And she was like, no, yes it does, yes it does. It doesn't, because when you get to tomorrow, it's today. So why plan for tomorrow when you're not living for today? You know what I mean? So we can mind trip ourselves. Do you know what I mean? And if we research too hard and not acknowledge where we're living, and you could lose yourself. But then again, you like the flip switch. But once if that they're making you feel like that, so you stop researching. Again, everything. There's no right and there's no wrong. Maybe it's for you live in the now, enjoy life, and let someone else do that for you. Then you can jump in any time and tag. It's your turn, and then you go on. That's what we should have as well. Like tag partners. You research and then let me have a rest. You go. You know what I mean? Oh, is Samantha in the house? Samantha. She's a lovely lady, Samantha. What was that? He not nice. Scythe FA21. Brenda Morris. See what they say is Brenda. You see the 11s, the two faces of Janus beat ups. The invisible. There's a third head. It's invisible, and that's the now. So don't forget, Jenny. Put your link, comment, and I'll pin it, and then people can see. Don't forget. I'll chase you. Morgan Marosteri. Welcome. Exactly. Everyone has a different god. Buffy Lan or Leanne. So yeah, people, I've got 10 more minutes. Please put as many questions as you want in. I just appreciate everyone coming and having a chat. You put a smile on my face. Matt Swarbrick. Oh, you got the rare Peter Rabbit. Do you know what, Mark? I've got some rare ones. Rare 50p coins. If you're wondering why I'm quiet, I'm just trying to read the comments up. But I'll keep talking as well and keep catching my eye. Yeah, so you know what I mean. That's what I said to people. If you want your channel, please just put them in the description. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's nothing on me. I'm not restricting anyone. I'm not blocking anyone. Common sense tells you how YouTube and algorithms. Some days it'll let you put a comment in. Sometimes you can't put a description. So you can see how we've done so many videos. Yeah. So like I said, I'm planning on doing that. I want to look at simulation matrix type of thing, whether it's just a show or you know what I mean. The case of there's so many things I want to do. I'm very spontaneous. There's times it's too long, that goldenrod tattoo. But yeah, I have tattoos. I know some people don't believe in them. Again, it's horses for courses. Hugh Arwey, who is a tattoo artist, I believe. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Like I said, I'm very, very spontaneous. I am very contradictory sometimes. I ain't perfect, but I will tell you these guys, I don't hide from nothing. I just don't believe in causing chaos. Because I do believe in chaos is sometimes good, but I'm not here to call channels out. It's not my thing. We have enough evil in this world, and we don't have enough time to keep doing this. Oh, that would be cool. See, I'm not what people endorse as religious, but I do believe in like a God thing, but I don't believe a lot of what people say, and that's just my opinion. But I feel close when I feel close to what you term as God. I can feel it. I tingle all over. And when I do certain videos and I hit something so out the park, I get emotional and I cry. I'm thinking, you know what I mean? But it's all about journeys. These journeys are for yourselves, and maybe I had to do this. It's like that Lucifer, disciples of Lucifer. If I just carried on researching, I would have found even more wows years ago when I did it, but I didn't. But it's all about being at certain times. Oh, there goes my mic. No, you're not falling down. So yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like these videos are personal, like things we're talking about, but then you're showing it for people. You're coming into my my life, and I had a person the other day, and like I said, I'm not naming names. You can find it if you look through the comments. Wanted to know everything of my personal life, what I believed in, and saying I was it, basically Satan and all that rubbish. And it's like, if you have not got common sense and some fucking eyes, it doesn't take much. You can see what I am. Like I said, sometimes you'll just see people and you don't get on. You just don't. It's that vibe, isn't it? So how many people have talked to people, they've gone on like that, and their friends gone, how can you talk to that person? I really hate them. And you just get on. Do you know what I mean? You just get on with people. And that's what the channel. With the channel, you make a split reaction in a couple of seconds, minutes. Am I going to like this channel, or am I liking this topic? And then that's it. You're done. You know what I mean? So, but common sense tells you, you don't have to like my stuff, but you can say I'm just a normal, so-called normal person doing videos, keeping them, getting my thoughts out of my head, putting them on content, and hopefully people can find anything out of them. So I'm going to be finishing in 5 minutes. So please get any questions in. Shiva shampoo. I mean, even that question on moderators, will I ever get him back? Hopefully I will do in the future, because it's hard work keeping a lot, but it's trust. You know what I mean? I'm old school. You know what I mean? I'll have your back. You know what I mean? But once you shit on me, you shit on me. I'll talk to you, but it's not the same. And I won't lie about it. You know what I mean? And people thought, you know what, we're going to ban people and not tell you, me being me, who did it. That's what hurt me. It's not about the blocking, because, like, you know what I mean, it's the fact that they didn't feel like they could talk to me. I want to be approachable, even though it's hard getting it. You know what I mean? There's comments, there's emails. You only have to ask. Any good songs I like listening to? I like weird stuff. As you know, you can see from the videos. A lot of it's instrumental. I do like Paolo Nutini a lot, but I like a lot of instrumental stuff. I really like. I like the old stuff too. The old stuff. But yeah, that's what I like. Instrumental music, the old stuff. Because that's what I was brought up on. My mum listened to it. But I do like some of the old, some of the new stuff's good. But I like listening to music. It makes me emotional. Yeah, and Sam was talking about that. Well, I used to have a Telegram, and people would just message me telling me to block other people because they didn't get on with it. It's not up to me. If you don't get on with someone, it's not my response. If I see bullying, that's when I'll step in, and I won't have people bullying. But people fall out with people. It's life, you know. I mean, it's not up for me to, you know, unless it's bullying, I'll step in and anything. But when people are disagreeing, I'm not here to, you know, be the judge. I'm here to enjoy people's company and learning what we can. If I could interview anyone, who would it be? That is a really good question. Really good. I think now this is what people will jump on. And, woo, do you know what I mean? They're not a truther, but I love Ray Mears. You know what I mean? So someone like that. You know what I mean? That's why people who know he's just like a person who used to like going out and exploring and stuff, and living with nature and enjoying nature. You know what I mean? And coexisting with nature. That's what a lot of things happening later. We're not coexisting with nature. We're destroying nature, in the sense of, you know what I mean? But that is a really good question. There's a lot of people in the community that I would like to interview, and I might get back to doing that. Because sometimes I want to ask questions that people may not like. But when I ask questions, it's not to trip anyone up. It's because I like to, you know, like, and you know what I mean? We all like to know a little bit more. Do I play? Because I have done them when I was younger. And like I said, I'm planning on to do more shows with people soon. And like I said, I was waiting on a new computer, but that's not coming now, so I may as well just get on with it. And if my screen goes froze like it did on Riders, so be it. Right, I'm gonna go in 2 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna give everyone a shout out if I can. So I'll try and get it on the screen. It might be a bad idea of so many people. Yeah, so yeah, Remy is, you can watch him. He's a guy who goes out and explores, but loves nature. Do you know what I mean? He's not one of them who he destroys anything, lives, you know. And he was also a tracker trained. I don't know if he still does, but he used to train the army as well in tracking, because I love the outdoors. Where I used to live, I used to be in forests. Even when I was younger, I lived near the Black Forest. We used to explore there, and I would just go missing. I always know how to find my way back. So we have Love, September the 26th, Miguel, Barcelona. I like Barcelona. I've been there a few times. Not to say you're from there, but you might be. Hugh Harvey, Harmony Foster, Angana, Mindful Exposure, JJ Organics, Wallflowers. No, it wasn't my taxi. Taxi. I'll be needing one soon. Is it Layla or Layfor? Wayne Peak, Rebecca Mardis, Nabob Green. Good to see you. Hopefully you're better now. I know I saw you in your time, but I've never actually had a bike accident. Hopefully you're all right. Robert Page, Mindful Exposure, Linus Agea, Experimental Elemental. We have Real Simple Earth Jada, Wallflowers UK, 6079, Planetary Protector. Yeah, you're late again. The end. Marcus Phoenix, Sam Carner. Who else we got? Tree Dude. And that's Shiva Shampoo, Gareth Atkinson. Also, this has been a not bad little shout out. So I appreciate everyone that's joined. You know, you've made me all feel welcome again, guys. Hopefully we've had a good chat. You've learned something new about me, or you decided, oh God, he goes on a bit. Oh, I'm glad you're good now, Nabob. So yeah, I'm going to go, guys. So what to expect from me soon? Tommy Rogers, Jenny Spark, is the unexpected. I'm just going to go with the flow like I do, nature, nurture, and I just want to show people a different opinion. That's all I ever want. I want to show people a different opinion and show people it's okay to have a different opinion. Sometimes we're too scared in the community to think differently because people say we have to think like that, even in the community, and that's what I don't like. I like us all thinking what we want to think of. Amanda Mendoza, your confused mum. I'm just going. So, Cindy Kirsten, love you all. Appreciate you all coming, and we'll see you soon. Hopefully, you want to see more lives. I might even do more lives. I just, when I can, I'm very spontaneous. I know it's not good to say, oh, you know what I mean? Like I said, 5 minutes before I was going on, I said, well, I'm going to go live. And that was it. So it's not the best, and people's lives revolve differently. So take care, guys. Remember, always wear a smile, even on bad days. And if you ever want to talk to someone if you can. I know it's hard, but you know what I mean? Oh, never hold it in. Don't let it. And never go. That's another thing my granddad used to say to me: never go to bed on a bad word. So if you fell out with someone, whether in the house or someone online, sort it out before you go to bed, because you never know what happens overnight. And I've lost people that who've died, and it's never good. So you never go to bed on a bad word, even if you have to sort it in and you take the blame. It doesn't matter. Never go bed on a bad word. Take care, guys. See you soon, and much love. Take care. Bye. End broadcast.